So here's another clip for you. This is more of the Better Bad News. I recommend you find them, the Better Bad News. This, here's their little piece on the list.
According to some counts, the federal government has a growing watch list that is approaching 800,000 names. If there are 800,000 American citizens who are on a suspected terrorist watch list, everybody knows somebody who's on that list.
Am I on it? Am I on a watch list?
If you need to know something, I'll tell you about it. Otherwise, shut up. How do you spell your last name? I already have it.
Better Bad News.
If there are 800,000 American citizens who are on a suspected terrorist watch list...
Am I on it? Am I on a watch list?
800,000 names. On what watch list?
Shut up. Have you been vaccinated?
Everybody must know somebody who's on that list. You get the hell off that watch list.
Am I on the watch list? Who do I have to speak to get off of the watch list?
Asking about the watch list is a sure way to get your name put on it. But you could get your name on a list if a war breaks out. We have to cull the herd.
That's genocide against young people.
And that's a good thing. War is how the more advanced cultures control runaway population growth.
I would like the panel to consider the Constitution. Is that going to be a crime to demand our rights?
You don't have a clue. The world is being readied for a 21st century religious war. Christ was crucified by Arab hijackers carrying box cutters. And if you don't know that, you've been brainwashed.
Nonviolent resistance worked for the civil rights movement, and it worked in India.
And now, they are rolling the dice for their biblical fantasy.
If we take on Iran, we're going to use nuclear weapons. And if we use nuclear weapons, the genie ain't going back in the bottle until an American city is taken out by an Islamic weapon in retaliation. So tell me, you want to go to war with Iran? Pick your city. Pick your city. Tell me which one you want gone. Seattle, LA, Boston, New York, Miami. Pick one, because at least one's going. And that's something we should all think about before we march down this path of insanity.
Better Bad News. Have true more or less 100% of the time.
It's a really lousy world we're leaving for our children and grandchildren.
What can be done about that?
Pretty good Better Bad News, huh? Yeah, kind of weird, but I like it. It's got a little bit of Twilight Zone, a little bit of Max Headroom. I got to show you more of that. I thought it was very powerful. Once again, these are from a cable access station in Berkeley, California. Some smart people are out there trying to wake up their neighbors. Maybe it's time you wake up your neighbors. Maybe it's time you start caring. More than just about football and baseball, but about what kind of country, do you want a republic, or do you want that socialist fascism thing that they keep on selling you? Yes, why don't they nationalize every business? Oh yeah, that's freedom. And they make you think that capitalism failed. Hey, there hasn't been capitalism. They tell you how much water you can flush in your toilet. You're free. So anyway, yeah, the no-fly list. You're innocent until proven guilty in America? You get to see your accusers? Jury of your peers? You have recourse? Do you see what they're doing to you? Do you see how it's coming? Can you imagine it could happen here if we do nothing? Will you do something? Will you contact me? People in the military, people in law enforcement, please contact me. It's time to wake up on what's going on. People in my neighborhood and stuff, people in my, whatever. Find out what's going on. Find out. Research this yourself. You're the one who's going to make the difference. You out there, it's going to be you and your children. If you don't do something, then understand what you're leaving for your children. All right. I mentioned... I did mention it. Henry Kissinger's 1974 plan for food control genocide. Do you want to know what the name of it was? It was the National Security Study Memorandum 200. Look it up. Don't believe me. Can you believe that Henry Henry who tells you Obama's got a great chance to start a new world order. Oh, we got to go back to those guys in Missouri. Anybody who mentions New World Order, they're bad. But Henry can mention it, you know.
Are we at one of those moments in history in which there is the necessity for a new world order?
There's a need for a new world order.
What do you think the most important thing is for Barack Obama? Obviously, you're here to talk about the anniversary for U.S.-China diplomatic relations, but if you had to say this is going to be the country or the conflict or the place that will define the Obama administration, what would it be?
He can give a new impetus to American foreign policy, partly because the reception of him is so extraordinary around the world. I think his task will be to develop an overall strategy for America in this period when really a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't such a crisis.
Brown comes and speaks to our Congress. He can mention it.
The greatest restructuring of the global economy, perhaps one even greater than at the time of the Industrial Revolution, a new world order was created.
Obama can mention this new world order.
In creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
In this new world.
World order that I think all of us would like to see.
And it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
A new world order.
Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge.
To carry out what his father, a phrase his father used, I think, only once, and hasn't been used since, and that is a new world order.
But if I say it, or you say it, or your neighbor says it, oh, that's right, we got the fairness doctrine coming. Put your seatbelts on, you fascism lovers. Are you a fascism lover? Can you say fascism? You know, Mussolini said, you know, another way to describe it is maybe corporatism. Do you see that now? Is that part of what you see? Yeah. So here we got the, you know, what was he referencing? The Royal Commission on Population, in which King George the Sixth, okay, way back in 1944, he made these kind of statements. A populous country has decided advantages over a sparsely populated one for industrial production. Well, he was thinking, huh? Those kings. Okay. And the MSSM 200, that's once again the National Security Study Memorandum 200, okay? Here's what, you know, it paid special attention to 13 countries. I could go into that. But here you have Henry Kissinger. Wasn't Henry Kissinger the first person to employ Barack Obama out of out of college? And wasn't Obama's first name Barry before he changed it to Barack? Are you getting any of this? So, I'm going to close the show with this. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go and I want you to watch the Real Story Late Night movie, because we got a really good movie for you. It's called The Obama Deception. Did I say that? Could you have been deceived? Could these people in government, in the District of Criminals, Washington, D.C., could they be stealing, cheating, lying, poisoning you? Have they done it before? Can you imagine that they might be doing it now? Have you done anything to stop it? Have you done anything to make other people aware? Do you care about your children? Do you care about them at all? Do you care about do you have loved ones? Do you feel love? So, you got to see some better bad news. We're going to come back for you, and we should have a good one. So, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Real Story Late Night movie, where we have The Obama Deception. Thanks for tuning in. All right, people. This is it. When we run close on time, we're going overdrive. We're doing it for you so that you can ask questions, so that you can do research, so that you can find out for yourself, so that you can decide what type of life you want, what type of life you want for your loved ones and your children. What would you like for the future? Do you stand for the republic? Remember the word republic? Or do you just think that a fascist socialist government is better? Is that what you think is better? So once again, no-fly lists. Is that better? Yeah, well, we can tell you can't fly. So isn't that, that's affecting your ability for transportation. So no fly. How about join the tyranny response team? Have you considered that? Can you recognize tyranny? Do you understand what tyranny means? When your military is starting to be used inside your country, is that tyranny? When they condition you that it's okay, the military is just here to provide the jaws of life. The military is just here because why? To do warrantless checkpoints. We got to check everybody. It's sobriety checkpoints. Because you're not going to argue with people stopping other people to find out if they're drunk, are you?